Uluch and I visited this town called Bwindi that's located in the southwest area of Uganda. What makes this area so special that it's home to 340 of the 700 mountain gorillas in this world. We arrived there at the end of December 2007. Yeah, I think. I'm not exactly sure. Our approach for this video was to compare the dichotomy between three living groups in this area: the human beings, the gorillas, and the pygmies. Now, the reason we decided to compare these three groups is because they're three very distinct groups that live together. People are just starting to arrive. The music is on a very moderate, normal level. This is the choir dressed in baby blue and white. And they're the ones that are going to start the whole progression of songs and start the crowds off with the different music that is sung during these masses. That was kind of the lead up into their New Year's celebration. So this was the last Mass of the year, which, yes, it is considered very important. Everybody's on a very high level of energy and happiness, and everybody's feeling good. It's a very good time of the year.
Yes,
yeah, race, yeah man. I got safari, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, one love. Yeah, Rastafari, man. Yeah, boy.
We are making it.
Resting.
Okay. But they only go for like 7 minutes. Is that right? So he can get away with it quickly. That's it. It's a little cute little slide.
Yeah, that's right.
But the elephant, the other group, he's famous for going back to back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is very rare with him. That's good.
These hills, and they called me to use a shortcut. They are the ones. They are the ones who have made things much more easy to us because they called me to use a shortcut.
Scouts.
Otherwise, we could have kept on climbing these hills behind there, and we're going to continue sipping a lot of water, falling down, all that.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
All that bad stuff.
Here, you are going to pick your camera out, turn off the flash. The reason behind as to why we discourage flash photography, sometimes it will take this animal. Then automatically they end up showing us the back instead of the face. We need the face of the animal for easy identification. We don't need the back. Next, we are going to leave all the walking sticks here. The bags will stay behind. All our stuff will stay behind. We are only adding one of the trackers to help us to go and view this animal. Give me fast attention, we shall go there because I believe the more you stand me attention, then automatically you will skip some things which are going to be there. We are going to be with these animals strictly 1 hour.
Found them piling, going through the thick woods. Our guides are cutting the trees, making a path for us. But we found them piling. I think it's a female. She's just chilling out.
So here, I believe, is when we first got our glimpse of a mountain gorilla. The dominant blackback. He's the strongest blackback male that will, in the next year or two, be developing his gray stripe, gray hair on his back, and becoming a silverback, which at that time he will break away from the family, take some females with him, which in his case will be the top females because he's the top blackback, and he has a special relationship with many females, so when he's ready to go, he'll have a big following of females for reproduction. So this is Malaya, and it was unbelievably exhilarating to see the first mountain gorilla in the wild. We were entering their domain. The only way to see a mountain gorilla is to go to where they live. And Malaya, interestingly, got his nickname to the English word prostitute.
The one you are seeing in front is by name Mariah. One of the blackbacks.
And the reason he was given this name is because he has a reputation for going to other families and fornicating, having quick affairs with the females. So he's able to get into that group without the silverback seed and spend his time with one of the females and get out undetected. And he's been doing this for years now. So he's a real romancer. it's not easy going through this jungle. You pretty much have to machete your way through all of the growth. There is no set path, you know. Wherever the gorillas are and that we discover where they are, we have to find a way to get to them through the green, so. Now this is the first baby that we saw, and this baby is called the Nyabrioke baby. The mother is Nyabrioke, and they call the baby by the same name. So this would have been a baby born that same year, and one of 4 that was born in that area. Altogether, I believe they had 20 successful births, which increased the population. The only way that you're able to see the mountain gorillas is to go to their sanctuary, you know, to their homeland, to their land. And in doing so, all the money that's coming in through tourism is helping in the security, the research, the preservation, the salary of all these people that you see. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It is bizarre to be amongst them, and you definitely feel like you're invading their space, but we know how valuable and how useful that money is being used, so it's absolutely necessary.
And you're not actually harming the nature.
Not at all.
The nature does it itself.
Yeah, bamboo is a weed, so as quick as you cut it, it grows. So that's why this jungle is so thick. As much as the gorillas eat, as much as we chop with the machetes, the jungle rejuvenates so quickly. It's unbelievable. From age 1 to 4, they're pretty much in the care of the mother and very dependent. And you know, they're exploring. You can see he's exploring his body. Look, he's lifting his back left leg, balancing. Whether he's doing that for us or he's just playing, he's definitely feeling his body and the growth, because the growth of a mountain gorilla is extreme. They grow at a very high rate, very quickly. But see, he's not so close to his mother, but his mother is definitely within a few meters. We just can't see her in this shot right now. And the beauty of all this bamboo that they're eating, you know, as quick as it grows, it's an unlimited buffet of food. And they need to peel the outer layer of the bamboo to get to more of the white, moist, milky part of it. Here's another baby, as you can see. This one, I think, is the youngest. This might be the Binyonko baby. Binyonko. Yeah, the mother being named Binyonko. She was very protective of her kid. Now this is probably the most interesting part of our experience, for me in particular. What I always wanted was to be able to communicate with a mountain gorilla, and obviously that would be difficult with language. So I thought to get as close as possible to Malaya and to see if I could have some type of communication through the blinking of our eyes, to to have some type of consistent pattern where I knew that he was understanding or he was repeating. The blinking that's going on right now, it worked. We were able to communicate, and he would repeat my blinking patterns. See, we're locked on to each other's eyes, and this is very rare because you're not supposed to stare down a mountain gorilla, especially a dominant blackback such as mine. This is what happens when you get too close to one of the mountain gorillas, and a definite warning, and let us know in a very direct way that you just overstepped your boundaries. Now they're bringing in gifts. You saw watermelon. They bring in stalks of sugar cane, even live chicken. The most common offering is food. They're also passing around a basket for money, as they do in other churches. And what the church will do is give it out to those in need. Yeah, everybody's poor. And it seems like everybody has food or knows someone that's growing food, but there's still a need for food.
So she's saying that they lived in the forest and they used to live in caves. So their main food was roasted meat because they were hunters, and in the forest also they used to eat wild honey, wild fruits from the forest.
It's only recently that they started this program to make a gentle adjustment for the pygmies to come out of the jungle and to live with villagers in Bwindi and surrounding areas. You're witnessing for the first time this transition.
So in the forest they didn't have beds. They used it to light fire. Then they could lay leaves. So as they put big logs of trees in the fire, so as they were sleeping, the fire could keep them warm as blankets and bed sheets. So as they lived in the forest there, they knew these people were there, so they wanted to gazette it for animals, not for human beings. So they tried to send some representatives from Bwindi Mogahinga Conservation Trust to sensitize about this.
They're wearing clothes, which they'd never done. They would be naked in the jungles. And they were, in a lot of ways more isolated than the gorillas, because researchers, scientists, biologists, tourists are visiting the gorillas, but no one is visiting the pygmies.
They found themselves living there, and they knew that their life was only there. Yeah. Okay. So like that. So that's how even these people used to marry each other.
So mixed.
They had different groups in the forest, but they were one tribe of pygmies.
Okay.
So one tribe of pygmies had clans. Like we say, normally we call them in our local language, we have the Bajesera, we have Bagahe, we have the Bachindi, like that. So as they had those clans, So the clan could come from this, go to this one, and they could inform the tribe leader how things were said. Yeah, so slowly by slowly, that's how they, even still now, that's how they even interact now. Yeah, as we also interact, that's the same to them. If they want to marry, they come from this one, they go to another tribe.
So they don't marry in the same clan?
No, clan
it's all
cannot
family.
marry the same clan.
It's all family?
Yes, clan marries from different clans.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, they also taught them how to make the local handcrafts, so that in case they get visitors or in case the local community wants them, they could sell it to them and get money for caring about their families. So in case they need of anything, they can provide it now for themselves, and in the case where they fail, they can still help them.
Okay.
So in our local language, in our local culture as Bachiga, if you receive visitors, you don't say to everybody by greeting them. Or let's say if you come to the church, you can't greet everybody. So they just sing and dance for you as they say you are welcome.
Maybe during the
Gonna sing?
Yes. Yes, I know what you're saying.
You're gonna dance?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why the TV show, dude?
They were truly independent, living on the gifts of the jungle. And boy, do they have the knowledge on how to survive in that jungle. Nothing. They have nothing. This is Makara. This is the second silverback. Now, what makes the Habianja family so unique, 22 members of gorillas, is they have two silverbacks. This is very rare, as all the other families have one. Makara is the younger brother of Rwenzigazi, who's the main silverback. So Makara is the younger brother, and decided not to break off and start his own family. So this family has two silverbacks.
Not now.
Not now, yeah. We got a recent update that Rwenzigazi separated from the family with a bunch of the females, and they're missing. They don't know where they are. And Makara stayed behind with the remaining members. So the group of 22 is split. So hopefully they'll find them and know their whereabouts and know that they're okay. Yeah, there's a connection with Malaya, with the humans.
The others were really shy and like trying to, not that shy like chimpanzees, but they were shy.
They're much shyer, yeah. There was something special about Malaya, and they consider Malaya to have the strongest genetic example that's going to produce offsprings and produce very strong mountain gorillas. So he's very important with his lineage that he's going to be able to produce. He's grunting, he's communicating right now. He's not so much doing it in a negative or angry way. I think it's very playful, and he's very aware of us. And I felt welcomed by Malaya in a lot of ways, and amazed of how close we can get to him without any fear of danger. It's a spiritual journey, I would say, and not many people coming to Africa for safari or coming to the gorillas. There's only two places you can see them, specific to Rwanda, Uganda. Now, with all the other animals, you have hundreds of places to do these safaris. So what makes this area so unique is they're the only ones with the gorillas. So they protect the gorillas, and the gorillas supply sustenance and life, necessities, medicine, food, money, hard currency. currency, clothing, building material. It's all generated from the tourists coming. So they have a very unique circumstance, and they obviously understand and appreciate it. They know they're blessed. They know that all that they have is from the gorilla. So they return having this symbiotic relationship. Both groups are reliant on each other, and it's beautiful. And now the pygmies are being brought in, and I'm sure the pygmies were very much involved with the tracking of the gorillas, research and conservation, because who would be better than a pygmy in the jungle? There's no better guide. These are the masters of the jungle. So I think it's an unbelievable environment, and why we chose to make this video as we've done, to compare the three groups who truly are meshed all into one and represent one group of living creatures surviving together. Well, let us introduce you to the big guy. This is the #1 silver dog, Bwindi. Remembering that the gorilla is 98.6% of our genetic code. They're the closest to our genetic code. So it was like meeting a very evolved member of our own race that was able to understand the essence of life and the simplicity of life in living in the jungle as a gorilla. I felt the energy, and that's what really affected me afterwards, and what I carry still to this day. That's where my memories lie. That's what stays with me. What we learned from this whole experience on how precious and how delicate the gorilla population is in this world. And we've come to the realization that this is probably the most endangered animal on the planet. And in this realization of how important it is to protect their survival. When you're in such a simple, basic environment, you truly understand what's important. And when you can strip away all the distractions of Babylon, of the modern world, of the developed world, and when you can bring it to such a simple experience, a simple gathering, a simple way of living, you truly get the essence of life. You truly understand, whether it's that connection to God or the connection among the people or the connection of the heart. They made us understand what the true essence of life is and the perfection of what God's created.
Just take it. Men are more shy than the women, eh?
Embazuza gumire